All right, hello, Megan, can you see me? Try to adjust this. Okay, so I know I'm kind of dark, and I'm going to turn a light on and grab a tarot deck, and then I'm going to tell a funny story. So just 1 second. And where did my deck go? Right there. Okay. All right. Hey, pumpkins. Okay. So, funny story, or at least I'm going to think it's funny. I'm going to do a video when I get everything, set up again about Mercury retrograde. So, how I can describe Mercury retrograde, we all know when a planet goes into retrograde. So we all know that the planets orbit the sun, and they orbit the sun at different speeds because of the size of the orbit and the size of the planet. And so when you're in a car and you're in like slow traffic, and the car in the lane beside you is going faster, and it feels like you're going backwards. That's kind of Mercury retrograde, even though you're both going forwards. And during Mercury retrograde, which happens 3 times a year for about 3.5 weeks, things that are, and I have problems pronouncing this word, mercurial. So things that are mercurial tend to be on the fritz. So things like travel, communication, and technology related to communication. Also, technology related to money. So my laptop that I've been complaining about for 3 weeks finally bit the bullet. And I'd plug it in and it would charge for exactly 12 seconds. And then the light would go out and it would stop. And so I could sit there for hours at a time charging my laptop at 12-second intervals. And that's not going to happen. And so I thought, okay, well, I get paid on Friday. I'll bite the bullet and get I'll get a new laptop. My phone also, which I'm recording on right now, is on the verge of death, so I'm going to have to get a new phone as well. My ring light, which I use, there's a tripod on my ring light, stopped working. I've blown 2 fuses this week, and I went to turn on the light that's right here so that it's not completely dark because my ring light isn't working, and the fuse is blown, so I'm gonna have to go downstairs and figure out which one. And there's nothing in the basement. The basement is safe, but it's still kind of old and scary and creepy because this is a very old house. It's a beautiful house, but yeah, I going down to the basement. It's my favorite thing. So yeah. Oh, and I went to cash my check at the bank, and usually they hold it for 4 to 5 business days. But because there's a weekend in there, it ends up being like this. Because last time they released it after 5 days or after 4 business days. So even though there was a holiday, I cashed it on the Friday night. I got it the next Friday. This time I went on Saturday morning, and they said that they're not going to release the check until the 23rd because 5 business days includes 2 weekends. So a week and a half before I can get my money to get a new laptop and a new phone. So I talked to my because as you know, I live in caregiver for an elderly couple, and my boss is 87 years old, and he's a great guy, but technology isn't his favorite thing, so he still deals with paper checks. And I talked to his daughter. I'm like, is there a way we can do e-transfer, which is how everything is done in Canada? It's free, and it's bank to bank, and it's instant. And he's like, yeah, or she's like, yeah, my dad is just not going to be able to handle e-transfer. So yeah, I actually, like, now that I make a very generous salary, especially for the work that I do. I'm actually making more money than I've ever made in my life, and which as a PSW doesn't say a lot. And I'm paid weekly on a salary. I actually probably only work about 3 to 4 hours a day. So it's a really sweet deal. And but yeah, I'm gonna have to go to a check cashing place, which takes 10% of my check. So, I'll have enough money to last until my next pay when the bank clears my checks. But oh my goodness, like it's just been everything Mercury. And I do know several protection rituals that I can do at the beginning of Mercury retrograde. Did I do them? Nope. So anyway, sometimes people want to blame Mercury retrograde for everything. And it's kind of like, I mean, if your refrigerator goes, it's probably not Mercury retrograde. But if you drop your phone in the toilet, possibly. It's also a time when you are more likely to say something that gets taken totally the wrong way and you didn't intend it. And so, yeah, communication is on the fritz. This is the time when you run out of printer ink the day before a big paper is due and you have to print it off, and then your library card doesn't work. And yeah, so I'm choosing to laugh at it. It's not a massive deal, but it kind of is a deal because I have 4 clients who would like service from me this week. I have 5. So I have 2 clients who have ordered custom spell work, and I have 3 who are waiting on tarot readings. Emma, thank you, being one of them. So yeah, this is this is my dilemma. So one of the clients, she had emailed me and she's like, "Is there any idea of when I'm going to get my custom spell work?" And I had actually done like quite a bit of work and recorded a guided meditation for her, and I had all these great ideas, which are all on my laptop, which I can't charge. So like I said, I'm choosing to think this is funny, and I wrote her an email, and I've emailed you as well, Emma, so I hope you got that. Trying to beg for understanding, and Emma, I know you're great, and you're a regular in my feed. But yeah, I can do the live stream, but also like I can't, because my phone is a piece of crap. I can't put any more apps on it. Like I can barely handle the few apps that I have, which is another reason why I need a new phone. So I can't put the Zoom app on my phone so that I can do the readings, but I can go to the StreamYard website and go live. So that's why I'm able to to go live on the live stream. But yeah, I would prefer to have my laptop, and I would prefer to have my camera that's better, and I'd prefer to have the ring light so it's not like one side of my face is completely dark and I look like a character from Batman. And also like you're not going to be able to see the cards as well. So and yeah, the fuse is out, so I can't plug in the lamp that's there. Yeah, so I don't know, can you see the cards kind of sort of? Like this is the star card, which is such a gorgeous card. All right. I have decided that I'm going to start my live streams, and I'm not going to do it today because I'm not going to get good video. But I talked about, since I'm only going to do a live stream for Sunday for Tarot Brunch, because Tarot Tuesdays I was just canceling all the time. I'm going to do for Tarot Tuesdays, I'm going to do a pre-recorded video. And what I may end up doing is doing like the pop culture pre-recorded tarot video at the beginning of the live stream, because at the beginning of the live stream, people are just coming in and just getting notifications and all that stuff. So yeah, and then I can edit that snippet at the beginning of the video and then re-release that as the pre-recorded. I think that works. I'm hoping that works. So yeah, like I did the what you call it, the 2023 reading, and then what did I do last week? I can't remember. I know I did another one the beginning of last week. So yeah, that's how I'm going to start things. I think that'll work really well. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on. Hello, Megan. Hello, Emma. I hope that you are having a good week. Emma was super busy this week. If you are interested in other live stream readings, I do recommend Christiana Godet. She was a guest on the channel, I guess about a year and a half ago. She is in many ways my tarot mentor, like tarot business mentor, because she literally wrote the book on how to run a tarot business, and I need to reread that. In fact, is it here or is it in storage? It's here. So she does live streams several times a week. Can you read the name on there so you can get the spelling? Yeah, subscribe to her. She is really, really good. And we kind of have a bit of a similar style that we're both, we deal with really practical stuff. So, and I mean, everybody has their own style and everybody deals with kind of different, different specialties. Some tarot readers deal with, more mediumship stuff. Some deal with like past life stuff. I'm really interested, my readings are really interested in like someone's potential and kind of like their purpose and what gets them excited and how we can work through the blocks and the barriers of someone's true potential and how we can get them to be like their best self. Christiana's was like really practical and deals with real life issues. And because some readers are, I want to say this politely, more ethereal. So they come across as a bit fluffier. They're less on the concrete stuff. I'm really, really big on the concrete stuff. So it's like, step 1, step 2, step 3, this is what you got to do if this is the job you want, or if this is the relationship you want, that kind of stuff. So yeah, subscribe to Christiana. I've been hanging out there. Her readings are free for sample readings, but and I know like I used to do that and it was not working out for me, so, which is why I do the super chats now. I do encourage you, if you are going to get a so she just does a single card. She doesn't do like a spread. So I do a 4-card spread when I do these readings. So she'll do like I think she does a like a Monday. Here's the card that here's the card of the week, and then she does like a Friday wrap-up card, and then she does a Tarot Tuesday, and she does a Saturday. Yeah, so she'll just do a single card. She does have quite a lineup. Her chats are quite busy. But yeah, I do encourage you, if you're able to, if you're asking for a reading, do give her a super chat just because she's awesome. Yeah, I never expect anyone to work for free for me. So yeah, and that's if you're able to. If you're not able to, then don't feel an obligation. But if you can spare, even $1 or $2 and give her a super chat or super sticker, it's really good to support people when they do work for us. So keep that energy going. Okay, so I will do, yeah, you know what? Since we only have 5 people in the chat, I'll do that right now. I'll do a card of the week, if you'd like one. And then we can get into questions and individual readings later. Like I said, I don't want to do the kind of like bigger spread right now for a pre-recorded one because yeah, my lighting is terrible, which means my visual is going to be terrible. And yeah, using the speaker on my phone is probably not ideal for audio. Okay, so Emma and Megan are the ones who said hello in chat. Would you like a card of the week? And the other 3 people in chat, if you want to say hello and ask for a card, then I can give you one as well. I don't want to pull one for you if you don't want one. All right. So a card for Megan. Okay. The Hierophant, Megan. So the Hierophant is a card that is really about tradition, sometimes old stuffy tradition, but sometimes we can get value from stuffy traditions. So if there's a way that you can connect with religious or not even religious, but even like family traditions. I think that there's something to learn from there, especially in connecting with your ancestors. So as much as I just said that I give really practical advice, that was a little on the fluffy side, but I think that there's also like an educational component to that as well of the way that things have always been done. I think there's some wisdom that you can get from that. Emma, would you like? Oh yeah, card of the week, and yeah, actually one for North America's weather would be awesome. I will do that in a moment. Knight of Pentacles. Knights are often messengers, and they can also be people. So I think that and pence are about money. I have to remember, like, my camera for my phone is not in the middle; it's on the side. So and it's also reversed. So this is a message about money. So I think if you're waiting for a check, if you're waiting to hear from something, if you're waiting for, especially like if you're waiting for a message from a younger man who's works in the finance industry, so like yeah, a lawyer who's negotiating some finance, or something like that, yeah, you're gonna get that message this week. So that's always awesome that you're, I think that it'll be a positive message. How have I been, Terry? Hello. I am a lot less stressed. Life is actually really kind of awesome right now. So I am currently living in downtown Toronto, Ontario. I am a live-in caregiver for a wonderful couple. I live in a beautiful big house. They have a granny flat on the third floor. So I have a weekly salary, and I am getting paid more than I ever have in my life, and I'm happy with that. Now, I mean, as a PSW, we don't tend to get paid. So PSW is like an RNA or a CNA, nurse's assistant. So yeah. Tend to not be paid terribly high, but I have a very generous salary. My living accommodations are included, so I don't have to worry about paying rent during the rental crisis. I do have to provide my own food and my own phone. I don't have to pay utilities. I have a gentleman in my life. It's not official yet, but he is successful and attractive, and yeah, I really like him, and we are compatible in some bedroom ways that are not safe for YouTube to talk about. But yeah, I have Berlin with me. He is laying on my bed right now. We just got in from a WALK, and so yeah, I get to snuggle every night with my dog. Life is good, except for the fact that it's Mercury retrograde, and so all of the technology around me is exploding. So, but yeah, how are you, Terry? And would you like a card of the week? Now, as I explained last week, so I'm using the tripod that's on the ring light, which is also broken, and which is on my desk. And so every time I kind of wiggle my desk, it wiggles the camera. I will work on that. Everything will get sorted out. When I had my apartment in Hamilton, I actually had like a hook on my wall, and I hung the ring light from there, which had the tripod on it, so that my camera was basically hanging from the wall, and that allowed me to yeah, always have it set up, and I may do that again. Okay, card of the week for Terry. Ooh, 7 of Cups. So I like this card, but it can kind of be annoying. I don't like this card for me, but I like it for clients, I guess. So there is a line in a U2 song that always comes up when I think of this card, and it is, freedom is like having too many choices. So this is like having all the options. All the options. You can do whatever you want, and sometimes when you have too many choices, it can be difficult, and you end up choosing nothing. It's kind of like this decision paralysis when you've got too many choices. So you have a lot of potential, a lot of ways that you can go, and you really have the opportunity to take the path that you want and create the life that you want. I would encourage you to think outside the box when it comes to opportunities, because sometimes we end up doing like the same thing that we've always done, and the same decisions tend to lead to the same outcome. So if you want to improve your life, if you want to take a new step forward, you can choose any of these different routes. Another aspect of this card can be distraction. So when we have all of these different opportunities come up, all of these different things, it can be really easy to get distracted because it's more comfortable, the known versus the unknown. So stay focused, choose where you want to go, and I think that you have a lot of potential to go some different directions and make some really, really cool choices. And I'm looking forward to hearing about how that goes. So if I'm going to do this card of the week for my Tarot Brunch viewers, if you are going to be a regular attendant at Tarot Brunch, if you want to write down that card, and then when I ask you next week, if you come in next week, so you can say, yes, I'd like a card of the week. My card last week was this, and that would be super helpful, so that I can start to get an idea of where things are going. I will let you know that I often don't remember cards from one week to the next, and past client readings. So if you're like, yeah, you gave me a reading last week or last year, I actually take steps to not remember those readings, and sometimes things like really pop out that you can't forget. But I find that if I'm really focusing on clients' readings for a long time, then that can kind of weigh me down. So I actually take actions to banish when I've done readings for clients. So we have 7 people in the chat. There are 4 more. If you would like a card of the week, if you want to pop in, and I will give you a card of the week at no cost. And you will see how things go. Oh, with the lighting, I'm going to show you my shirt. I've shown this shirt on the channel before. I've had it for, I guess, about 2 years. I got this. My tarot shirt. It says Le Soleil, which is French for the sun. So this is from I know the lighting's off, but yeah, it's from the Tarot de Marseille. I saw it at Torrid. Was it on the website? It might have been on the website, or was it Ricky's? Anyway, I had to shut up and take my money moments, which doesn't happen often. Actually, I'm going to check. I'm not going to get naked. Don't worry. Yeah, it was Torrid. I don't wear a lot of pink. Nothing against pink, but with having red hair and a fall complexion, pink tends to wash me out. It's not the best color. Even hot pink. Usually jewel tone colors look good on me, but hot pink I try to avoid. Just it doesn't suit me. But yeah, I couldn't say no. Okay, I'm going to do a spread for winter 2023. Okay, so it's going to be a mixed bag. Which, I mean, it's weather. Okay, so looking at my spread here, I have 1, 2, 3, and 4 majors. It's a little bit more than average. We've got 1, 2, 3 cups. 1, 2, 3 reversed. 1, 2, 3 pence, or sorry, court cards, which is above average. All right, so we've got the, I said it's a mixed bag. We're starting out with the 7 of cups, which, as I said in the previous reading, is a card that's really about like variety and lots of options. So I think that even though I'm talking about North America is still a big place, going all the way from like Ellesmere Island and Alert at the top of northern Canada all the way down to Mexico. So yeah, even within that, there's going to be a lot of like pockets that are very, very different from each other. Looking at the fact that we have so many cups, I think this is going to be a wet winter. Lots and lots of rain. Now, as you know, I'm in Canada, so typically we're expecting snow. I've got the Queen of Cups. Are we in a La Nina? I think we are. No, this would be El Nino because it's milder. So we're looking at a swing for the summer of going into a La Nina. So even though we're looking at winter being mild, this summer is going to be brutal. It's going to be no, I'm still getting, yeah, summer's going to be wet and hot, wet and hot and muggy. That's kind of typical for my region. And of course, like I know that McSee, who we haven't seen in ages, she's in the Southwest, and obviously it's very dry there. I'm not going to dox her. I think she said her state, but the death card reversed. So I think that it's even though it's wet and like milder, it's not going to be an early spring. I think we're looking at, because like summer lasted a while and we had like nice weather right until November, at least in my region. But yeah, it's going to drag on. So winter's going to drag on. You're going to think that it should be over, and it's not. The Hermit. So this is, like, as I said before, older institutions, older traditions. So if you were to look at your farmer's almanac for your region, that's going to be spot on. So yeah, get your farmer's almanac if you really want to know. All right. One red rose. I am doing a card of the week, so I can pull one of those for you as soon as this one's done. King of Pence reversed. I think there's going to be, with all this rain, I think we're looking at, and I mean, yeah, you'd ask for North America, and I'm kind of just looking at my region because North America is a big place. I think we're going to be looking at flooding and a lot of claims, a lot of like money lost and insurance claims and things like that, which is also good to know because I was going to store stuff in the basement here, and yeah, if it's going to flood, I don't want to do that. The World. So this is the how you see yourself card, or how we see ourselves in this, how the weather sees itself. There are shifts happening within the world. I am a supporter. I don't support global warming, but I believe that climate change is real. So yeah, there are global changes happening. King of Wands, and we've got the Ace of Wands at the end here. So King of Wands here, this is how others see. So even though I talked about these different pockets. So even though my region is going to be quite wet, there are going to, and that in my region we're looking at flooding. In other regions we're going to be looking at extremely dry, and we're going to be looking at flooding, or not flooding, sorry, fires. So like bush fires, crop fires, forest fires. So yeah, it's going to be this switch. So yeah, like the first half of so spring's going to be wet, and then early summer is going to be wet, and then we're looking at hot, 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 dry. The Star. So there's hope. And I like the star. The star is one of my favorite cards. And that's hopes and fears. So being hope and the hopes and fears, I think if we're looking at the grand scheme of things in global warming, we still do have, I mean, I'm getting really high level here. We still do have opportunity and the power to turn this around. And I think that talking low level, I don't think that this is going to be a super severe in terms of how bad it could be and how bad other years have been. So yes, there are going to be fires, yes, there are going to be floods, but it's not going to be near as bad as some other years. However, I do think that there is a massive hurricane that the southeast U.S. is going to experience in August, September-ish. So really be aware of that. If you are living in Florida, Louisiana, those states around there, do be prepared and take precautions. Ace of Wands is the outcome card. Ace of Wands reversed, and I think this is missing the boat. This is missed opportunity. So I think that there are signs that are being missed, and I mean, like I'm saying here, if you live in that region, be prepared. I'm looking at there's going to be flooding. I don't want to store stuff in my basement. So yeah. If you're like right now, it's chillier than it's normal for January, but it's been warm the past week, and I think we can get very complacent and just thinking that things are normal, and yeah, we're going to miss the boat. So I'm not telling anyone to be paranoid, but I am saying that you should be prepared, and I think that especially when it comes to food. So if you're looking at flooding in the spring, you're looking at your crops not being planted on time and food not being ready on time, which is like corn is a major crop, wheat are major crops. I talked about in the 2023 region, 2023 reading. I talked about in the 2023 reading about there being a worldwide shortage of wheat, and if crops are delayed or if there are like field fires in the prairies, this could make things worse. So really do go buy some flour. It's that's my advice, because bread is going to get super expensive, which is what I said last week or 2 weeks ago. Okay, card of the week for One Red Rose. I just started doing this week because we have only 7 people in chat, so I'm pulling like a theme card for the week, and so that'll give an idea of where things are going, anything you need to be aware of, things like that. I do a 4-card spread by donation where I can answer questions. For the live chats, I tend to keep the questions light in subject matter, and the best questions are questions that you have an output, or you have influence on the outcome. So if you like, a great question would be, should I take this course in school? Or should I marry this guy? Or where will I find my my partner? Should I take this new job? Those are great questions to ask. Questions that I avoid answering on the live chat that are better for private readings are questions about health. Is my husband cheating on me? That kind of thing. Because they're a little more serious, and I don't want to just like answer a question and leave you devastated and then be like, okay, bye. The only thing that I absolutely will not read on is serious recent crime. So I don't mind reading a card on like who stole your bike, but if it's like, who committed this murder, let's let the police do their work. I've done a few videos on like vintage true crime. So I've done Lizzie Borden, I've done Jack the Ripper, I've done the Zodiac Killer. So I don't mind doing those because victims aren't going to be watching this channel, or victims' families aren't going to be watching this channel. But yeah, when it comes to like I wouldn't do. I was asked a few times to look into Summer Wells and what happened to her, and I'm just not comfortable with that. So yeah, we leave the police to do their work. I don't want to end up falsely accusing somebody, or because yeah, I'm human. I also don't want to interfere with and send police on a wild goose chase. Let's work. So yeah, those are my ethics on readings. So yes, a card of the week for you, one red rose. Four of Cups. This is a great card for you, and I'm glad that I got this. So Four of Cups is really about dreaming and manifesting and allowing yourself to have visions that are bigger than you. If you really want something, if there's something that's really important to you, is something you'd like to have in your life, I think that this is a great time to start planning and dreaming and manifesting for that to happen. It's important that that comes from a sense of what's going to be best for you and not necessarily what is going to be what your neighbors have or what competing with other people. So it should come from a place of you wanting the best for you and not necessarily you competing or being jealous with somebody else. Hopefully that helps. And if you come back here next week, if you can write that down and remember which card it was, and then I can have an ongoing dialogue about how things are going for you. Okay. So Emma, how did that weather go? Weather reading for North America. I mean, it's always like Andre Venomous, who's been on my channel before. He told me always be honest, but leave your clients better than how you found them. And I think that that's really important when you have to give someone bad news, so that you are we're all in control of our destiny, and if we can create an action plan to to prevent something bad from happening. Absolutely, that can be mentally, yeah. There's a meditation that I want to give you, and I do it, and I can't type because I'm on my phone, so I'll write it on a piece of paper in big letters, and hopefully there's enough light to see. Technology, okay. That's really great for manifesting something, and it's never not worked for me. So there's a morning one and a night one, and there are a few different versions of each one, so you can listen to a few of his and find out which ones you like. So his name's Dr. Joe Dispenza, and if you are to do it, and they're all on YouTube and they're all free. So if you go to Joe Dispenza, or if you do a YouTube search for Joe Dispenza evening meditation and Joe Dispenza morning meditation, do that one as soon as you wake up and the other one while you're going to bed. He says sit up straight when you're doing the evening one. I do it laying in bed. It's how I fall asleep. I remember, I can't remember who said it. May have even been Megan. But some people say that you should never meditate lying down, and the reason for that is that you might fall asleep. So when I'm trying to fall asleep and I'm having trouble falling asleep, I meditate laying down and then I fall asleep. The sweet spot for meditation is called theta. So there's various brain waves in different states. So right now I'm in beta. I'm in low beta because I'm calm and having fun. High beta is stress. Alpha is like relaxed focus. So if you're studying, if you're kind of in the flow even, that's alpha. Theta is kind of that place between sleep and awake. It's really like deep meditation. So it's a deep meditative state. It's very relaxed. And delta is sleep. So it's very easy to slide from alpha to theta to delta, and then you're sleeping. Which, yeah, if you're trying to get to sleep, that's fine. But if you're trying to alter reality, to create reality, to do any sort of magic, it is best if you're able to get into theta, because then it's not just like matter bumping up against matter, it's energy changing energy. So and also when you're typing that in, type in no ads, because a lot of them are like uploaded by other creators, not necessarily not necessarily Joe Dispenza himself. And they have ads in the middle, which is annoying AF while you're trying to meditate, and all of a sudden you get a YouTube ad. So yeah, type in morning Joe Dispenza morning meditation, no ads. And yeah, do that in the morning, do that at night, and have a clear idea of what it is you want. Um, so yeah, and he teaches you like how to experience having it before you actually have it. It's super cool. So yeah, that is my recommendation for you, especially mentally. That's good, Megan. Yeah, I am not a fan of snow, and how can I not like snow and be in Canada? Well, come for the culture, stay because your car won't start. But our summers here in southwestern Ontario are brutal. Like they're hot and they're muggy, and it's just like you can cut the air with a knife, and it's just the air feels like peanut butter. It's just gross. Um, you're most welcome, one red rose. And do come back. We do this every Sunday at noon. It's our tarot brunch. I don't blame you, Megan. And we can talk in our reading, but I think I remember what state you're in, and I think I have a few friends who are in that state as well, who experience issues with obviously experience issues with hurricanes. But yeah, Christiana Gautet is actually in Florida. She's in West Palm Beach, and she used to host a tarot conference in October, like early October, late September, and kept getting canceled because of hurricane season. So now she holds it in the spring. Yeah, yeah, I gotcha. Well, thank you, One Red Rose. Yeah, tarot is my jam. It's my favorite thing, and yeah, I will have like better equipment as of next week. All right, is there anyone who would like to ask a question? They are by donation or free for members. Or if there is anyone else in the viewership who would like a card of the week, I can do that. And I think I am going to keep doing the free card of the week. We'll see how that goes. If I'm getting like I was getting a lot of people who were kind of taking advantage of the free spread when I was doing them before, which is why I stopped. But I don't mind doing a card of the week. I try to be professional. I mean, sometimes um, and I've changed my channel a lot over the years. There have been times when I've talked about subjects that my viewers haven't liked. There have been times when I've lost my temper a bit, so I'm really trying to curb that. And I think the times that I've lost my temper, it's always been about justice. When I see that someone is doing something to someone else to hurt them, that's when I'm like, I need to step in and yeah, maybe not do that on camera anymore. Card of the week is free. I just started doing that today, so if you would like a card of the week, I can do that for you. Yes, there are so many books that I have in my, like I'm writing in my head that I need to start. Hey, Trippington! Yes, yes, absolutely. I'm going to do a card of the week for Crybaby Pity Party, and then I will give you a card. After I'm done this stream, Trippington, if you could like watch the first part of this, just and then I'll text you. Okay. So for those of you unaware, I went to high school with Chubbington, so he's a good guy. And he is the one who loaned me money to be able to escape my abusive situation over the summer. So very grateful. Crybaby Pity Party, your card is the King of Cups. So kings are often men. They can be women who have more masculine qualities. This is this is saying that an older man is going, so usually older, I mean, it can be a younger person with like a more mature mindset, but this is someone who is going to have an impact on your week. This is someone who is kind and compassionate, who is a very good listener, who's really kind of in touch with their feelings and not afraid to have conversations about healthy emotions. So I think that this person is going to have a great impact on your life. This may not even be This may not be a person that you even know in person. This might actually be like a you know, influencer, author, someone like that. But I think that so be aware of the advice or a nugget of wisdom that somebody has, and this could be someone you know, like a father figure or an uncle figure, someone who's incredibly kind. Yeah, pay attention to what they have to say. All right, Shevington's card of the day, or card of the week. And I don't know if you saw my, there are going to be more of these coming as soon as I get technology sorted out. But there's on Christmas Eve, I did a card of the day with Merlin. And oh, good. I'm glad that made sense to you. I did a card of the day with Merlin where I have taught Merlin how to pick a card and then I read the card. So I did that on Christmas Eve and it was fun. Yeah, it was super easy to teach him to do too. He needs a little practice because he gets so excited when there's I have to spell it because he's right there, TREATs, and he wants to use both paws. So I taught him how to shake a paw when he was very young, and that was very easy to go from shake a paw to give a high five, and so now it's gone from to high five to pick a card, and so I lay cards on the floor and he puts his paw down and picks a card, and then I read the card for you. And it's going to be a really great way if you're wanting to learn how to read tarot, because I talk about each card, and yeah, I think that sounds like a lot of fun. There's something else I'm going to be doing, and I will just tell you on YouTube because I don't care because I'm freaking in my 40s and I have no shame. I was once given the advice that the best business idea is to take two things you love and stick them together, and there's your business idea. And I love tarot and I like being naked, so I've actually decided that I'm going to have like an OnlyFans YouTube or an OnlyFans channel or an OnlyFans account where I do naked tarot. It's not going to be like super sexualized. It's really just going to be me sitting on my bed reading a few cards. So yeah, why not? Okay, Shevington's card of the day, or card of the week. Eight of Cups. This is the difficult decision to return. So this is going back to something from your past. This could be, and it feels like there's like an eating of humble pie or taking some lumps in, like swallowing some pride and taking this like decision to go back. So talking to somebody from the past, or reconnecting with somebody from the past, or going to somebody from the past who you don't want to. So yeah, like kind of like, yeah, you kind of gotta, because it's the best long term. So this it could even be like with the cost of living, since you tend to work from home. This could be about like moving back to the former city where it's cheaper, or having to get in contact with someone who you had a rift with from back then. But I think there's a lot of value to be gained in that, and a lot of personal understanding that you'll gain from that. So yeah, it's not an emotionally easy card, but I think there's a lot of inner insight that you can gain. Hello, Queen of Sheba. How are you doing? So I am going to wrap up at 1 o'clock. Usually my live streams I tend to keep for an hour. I don't know how people do like an 8-hour live stream. Like, don't you eat? Don't you have to poop? Do they just like get up and go to the bathroom and then come back? Do they wear a diaper? No, but yeah, I try to keep my. You're welcome, Shevington. I try to keep my live streams to an hour. Also because hello, Sherelle. I respect my mods and I don't want them to have to be here for 6 hours. So thank you, Megan. Sherelle, I hope you got my email. I haven't checked it today. I'm on my phone. And to top off all of the Mercury retrograde stuff that has happened, so my phone is about to die. when I plug it in, like it's loose and it doesn't always charge, so I can have it plugged in all night and like it comes out, and so I've got a dead phone in the morning. My ring light isn't working anymore, and I have a light here that I was going to turn on, and I've blown a fuse for the second time in 24 hours. So technology is not my friend today. Everything will be sorted out. We're in Mercury retrograde. For sure, One Word Rose. Nice to see you. Don't forget to subscribe and click the like button. Yeah, so that's been my week, and I'm just laughing it off. Like it's nothing super serious with technology just flubbing up. It's but integrity is important to me, and when I have like 5 clients expecting client work and I can't do it because I don't have access to technology, it's annoying and it's unprofessional, and that bothers me. So Sherelle, I've started doing a new thing on my Sundays. I am doing a free card of the week. So I can pull a card of the week for you if you'd like. Yeah, there's no cost. If I think that it might work well if you write down the card of the week, just so next week then we have an ongoing reading of how things are going. So if you would like one, I can give you one. Okay. Your 10, we've got the 10 of Swords as your card for the week reversed. So 10 of Swords reversed, let's see if I can speak today, is about rising from the ashes. This is kind of like the Phoenix card, and I love this. So if you've been kind of down and out, especially like if other people have been back talking you, or if you've been stabbed in the back, or if someone hasn't treated you well, this is like kind of like your time to rise out of that. There are lessons that you've learned from that, but this is a real card of like recovery. So I like that. That's cool. All right. And did Queen of Sheba say that she wanted a card of the week? I can pull one anyway because we got time. Okay, another one of my favorite cards. We've got the Empress, and I'm not surprised that the Queen of Sheba gets the Empress card. So the Empress card is sometimes referred to as the Mother card. It is a card of creation. There's a gentleness, but it's not a weakness. And this is often a card I see when someone has a project that they are trying to get off the ground, and it's like that project is their baby. So yeah, when you have to care for a project, it's like you're coaching it along, you're mothering it along. I don't know what your relationship is like with your mother, but if you are on good terms with your mom, and if she still is on this side, call your mom. If she's on the other side, you can make contact with her that way. But yeah, this is a really beautiful card, and this card is also a yes. So if you are looking at a yes or no, this is a yes. All right, so I think that we are going to wrap that up for the week. Hopefully everyone has a great week. I will, for Megan and, sorry, for Emma and Sherelle, I will get back to you this week. Chubbington, I need to send you a text. But yeah, I hope everyone has a lovely week. Because yeah, if I cashed my check at the bank, they were going to hold it until the 23rd, which is a week and a half. So I actually have to go to a check cashing place today, and they take like 10% of your income. But what else? I've got I've got regular income coming in, so it'll last me 2 weeks. But yeah, then I will get a new laptop. I have one already in my cart on Amazon, so all I need is the money in my account, and then Amazon should deliver it next day delivery, and then I can start getting back to my clients and doing the work I love. Okay, so have a fabulous week, everyone. Take care, and may you pray with a good fire. Bye, pumpkins.